The Pittsburgh Steelers have officially entered a panic after 2 weeks of football in the 2025 NFL season, and fans are rightfully demanding answers. Sunday's embarrassing 31-7 home loss to the Seattle Seahawks wasn't just a loss, it exposed all the flaws in this team's foundation. And what about overreactions? They're no longer overreactions. These are legitimate concerns, and if Mike Tomlin doesn't address them immediately, this could be his last season on the field in Pittsburgh. If you agree that the Steelers need to fix a lot of things, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll commit to bringing you all the updates from this season here on the channel. Leave your thoughts on the Seahawks game below. Let's start with the defense. It's supposed to be the crown jewel of this franchise, built with stars like T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Alex Highsmith, Patrick Queen, and Jalen Ramsey, but what we've seen so far is a defense that can't stop a nosebleed. 2 games, 2 separate running backs gashing them for over 100 yards. The root of the problem? Cole Benson at nose tackle getting absolutely bullied off the line, and that's not an exaggeration. His inability to hold his ground is wrecking the entire linebacker structure, which has been just as problematic. The linebackers are routinely out of position, missing run fits, taking awful pursuit angles, and failing to plug lanes. If you can't stop the run, you're done before the ball's even in the air. This defense was once feared, now it's soft, disorganized, and frankly, embarrassing. The stats back that up. Over their last 10 games, they've surrendered more than 300 yards per game and an average of 27.5 points. That's not just poor. That's bottom tier, and for a unit that carries the most expensive price tag in the entire NFL, it's a disgrace. And while talent is still there, something is broken at the core, and that falls squarely on the coaching staff, starting with Tomlin himself. Which brings us to the next boiling point. Is it time to finally consider that Mike Tomlin is on the hot seat? For years, Tomlin has been lauded for his consistency, never having a losing season, but at some point, that record becomes meaningless if the team is no longer competitive. This is supposed to be a defensive-minded head coach with a stacked defense. Yet, 10 straight games of mediocrity suggest otherwise. If the defense doesn't turn things around in a major way, and soon, there's a very real possibility that this could be Tomlin's last season in Pittsburgh. There's too much money invested, too many years of playoff disappointment, and now, no results to justify the same old answers. It's not just the defense either. Let's talk about the trenches on offense, another foundational piece of any championship-caliber team. Once again, the offensive line is a liability. Through 2 games, they've failed to protect Aaron Rodgers consistently, and they're losing the battle up front. Rodgers, even with flashes of his vintage brilliance, doesn't have time to execute properly. If this line doesn't gel fast, the Steelers won't just miss the Super Bowl, they'll miss the playoffs entirely. The unit is still young and has potential, but as of now, they are a major anchor dragging this team down. And if that wasn't enough, the wide receiver room has raised its own red flags. Roman Wilson, the 3rd-round pick expected to contribute immediately, has been invisible. 2 targets, 1 catch, and even that was in garbage time. He's shown zero ability to separate, 0 impact in blocking, and frankly, 0 reason to keep giving him snaps. At this point, Ben Skowronek, yes, Ben Skowronek, offers more on the field just by being a competent blocker. That's how low the bar is right now. If Wilson doesn't turn it around soon, expect the Steelers to make a move at the trade deadline for a legitimate weapon. Because right now, they need one badly. Then there's the special teams disaster starring Caleb Johnson. One of the dumbest plays in recent Steelers history came when Johnson botched a kickoff return, showing a complete lack of awareness of the rules. You have to coach that. How is your return man, who barely returned kicks in college, not prepped for basic kickoff protocol? It's not just one mistake either. Johnson has been completely ineffective in the return game, and it's time to take him off that unit. There are better options, Kenneth Gainwell, Scotty Miller, even Jabril Peppers, but it cannot be Johnson anymore. Still, cutting him outright would be rash. He's a 3rd-round pick with potential, and this mistake, as bad as it was, doesn't warrant that level of punishment just yet. And for those already calling the season dead after 2 weeks, pump the brakes, just a bit. Yes, this team has looked bad. But as we saw just last year, teams can evolve drastically from September to January. That's the hope Steelers fans are clinging to. There have been glimpses, Jaylen Warren showing toughness, Rodgers firing darts downfield, flashes from Nick Herbig on defense. But these glimpses need to become consistent, or it'll be another year of unmet expectations and early exits. So here we are, week 2, and the alarms are blaring. Tomlin is under pressure, the defense is crumbling, the offensive line is failing, young players aren't developing fast enough, and special teams is making headlines for all the wrong reasons. The upside? There's still time, but not much. What do you think, Steelers Nation? Is it finally time to hold Mike Tomlin accountable for this collapse, or do you still believe this team can turn things around?